Facebook and shit.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we're live.
I'm gonna share it up and show them what's gucky.
I like how it has a countdown on it. Like, it's like 3, 2, 1. It makes you feel all badass when you're going live. I'll let you go.
Alright, well, it'll start in a second.
Yeah, whenever we get it all shared up.
See, it's weird. It's just fucking...
Still, loading.
It's cool that it uses the logo at first.
Yeah, it's actually cool. I'm not even mad about that.
Oh. No. Still nothing. Is it live for you?
It's live on mine.
Oh shit, maybe it's just me. Okay.
I hate that there's a little lag. Like, it's super weird to watch it and then like be talking at the same time. Shit's super weird. Alright.
Let's try again.
Share now, son. Alright. Mine's good.
About to do it. And then I'll start.
About to do it to him.
Gonna do it to him. How come it doesn't let me just like...
Share now. You gotta, you're probably not, like, logged in as yours. There's so many different weird shit, man. Like, when you have too many Facebook accounts, you know?
Word, that's super bad.
So just...
Are you guys on Facebook?
Or actually, go back.
What if I just showed off yours?
Oh, that works.
Might be a chill way of doing it.
How it doesn't mind you.
Yeah, it's super
Just
cool.
go to it, go share, go right post, and then it'll let you do it.
Okay.
Then you can change it from there.
Do for me.
There, and then you can just post it on Instagram.
Cool. Let me get this going too.
Popping pillies.
You shared it on Facebook already?
Yeah,
I just did.
it's up on. If you go on Blackgate Coast Facebook, that's where the live's being, or it's on mine, or it's on his.
It's just gonna be a view though, Playboy.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Instagram will be that one.
Oh yeah. This actually works out really well.
Right?
Look at my happy guy.
Smile.
Alright, let's get it going.
God, just even tell her what was my video.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
My happy guy.
Let's get it going. God, just even tell her.
It's some Inception live shit.
Hey, what's up, guys? It is November 2nd, which is great. We are with our boy Aldo. He is the vocalist of Redeem Revive. We've known him for way too long. I'm sad that so many years now.
Aldo Shade.
9 probably. Lorraine days.
Fuck, man.
That's what I'm saying.
It's been a minute.
2009.
Killer vocalist. They're on Stay Sick Records. The full length is amazing. Go check it out. They got a couple cool videos on YouTube as well. And let's get going. Let's do a little about yourself. What got you into music and why'd you stick with it?
Been doing music my whole life. My dad played in a bunch of bands. Did the whole band touring thing and would take me on tour with him over summers. And I got to experience the whole band life through him. And I mean, it just... I wanted to do it just, by looking at him and eventually, like, I did. And it's here. It's like, it's in my blood.
Yeah.
Everyone in my family does music. My grandpa does
That's
music. Like, all my uncles, like, this music's always been a huge part of my family.
You almost didn't have a choice, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the only one that took such a weird route
Yeah.
to it, because they all, like,
More traditional
do
style.
the whole, like, Mexican, like
Yeah,
type of shit. But I did too for a little bit. But,
yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
That's up.
But yeah, I mean, that's how I got started.
That's cool, man. Yeah, what's so leading up to this point, like, kind of take us down the line of different bands that you played in, and then, like, leading all the way up to what a lot of people would consider, like, making it, like, being signed to a record label is what, like, a lot of people kind of, like status-wise, they kind of think, like, oh, man, if that's the whole reason you start a band, like, we want to get signed.
Get that deal.
Get the deal.
Yeah.
That's kind of what a lot of people have in mind. So, like, kind of working your way up to that, what were, like, the different steps, like, that you had to take to get to this point?
When I first started, out playing drums when I was like 10 years old. Started out jamming along to the Misfits. It was actually the Misfits that got me to this type of music.
That's what's up.
And from then on, I went to high school, and there I met my my best friend, my homie, Matt Castillo.
Matt Drums, 760. Shout out.
Shout out at Matt Drums.
He better be in here.
And he introduced me to like the whole like metalcore Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
At the time, Attack was coming out.
That's what's up.
Like around
it's like 08.
Yeah, 08.
Something like that, yeah.
And then after that, Askin.
10 years. That's
and
crazy.
like, you know, that's just
let's not keep
yeah.
Let's not say that.
Oh shit.
After that, I was just like, yo, let's start a band, and like it just like I just ran with it and been doing it ever since.
So did you start doing vocals in your first band, or you said you played drums? Was that like, did you gravitate towards vocals like right away doing?
Yeah. Well, my first band was actually a Mexican band.
Nice.
It was a Mexican norteño band, and
Soreño or Norteño?
norteño.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But most people just say, oh, like that mariachi band. Like,
That's what most people would call it.
Same shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Mexican, like as fuck.
Yeah. Like gator boots and shit like that, or what?
Bro, I had a custom like tailored suit that I got. Like,
how old were you at this point?
From the label, I was like, 11 or 12.
Oh, super young.
Yeah, it was my dad's band,
Mm-hmm.
and he's the one that hooked me up with the spot. And that was super cool, man. I got to tour. Like I played Coliseums, man. Like they had a record deal with Sony, and like I got to live like that rock star
from my early
life
age,
at a very young age.
Yeah.
Man, tour buses, like, you know, my own hotel room and shit like that.
Like your own person, like you be by yourself.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'd get my own green room, my own hotel room, man.
Sick,
like,
dude.
I mean, not bottle service, but I'd get like Capri Suns and like Cheetos and shit
That's
like
the
that.
shit
The
you want,
cruising,
yeah.
It's all like Gucci, Capri Suns.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah, so
like
I mean that was really fun. I didn't know what I was doing at the time because I was so young.
Yeah.
But I mean that's hard.
Looking back, that's like something that you're like, fuck yeah, that was the shit.
I was
like,
dude, like
compared
fucking up now.
Yeah, exactly. Like compared to
Yeah,
you think
yeah,
like when we have events now, it's
I
like
remember going to like my first band like was Lorraine, and
Mhm.
we had a show at the Epicenter,
Mhm.
and then I think our first show we played and then like
And this was your
we
first,
didn't get paid. We didn't get paid.
First hardcore band, right?
Yeah, and I was
you were like
like,
15, 16?
I was like 16 years old.
Okay, cool.
I was like, yo, like what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
oh, we didn't get paid. Like, blah, blah.
They're like, yeah,
I
that's
walk
how
up
it
to the
goes.
box office like, yeah, man, like what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
where's the money? He's like, what money? And
Yeah.
it was just like I was in the mentality like, yo, we get paid like a couple hundred.
It's an
for a
eye-opening
set.
experience, yeah.
And it's
oh,
just like,
plot twist.
yeah, plot twist, like jokes on you.
Yeah.
Bro. Like you don't make money in this.
What do you're like, wait a second, I do this for free?
Yeah, man.
10 years later, I'm still not making money.
But you know what? Like I love music, man. And we, like,
Yeah.
I'll do this shit.
That's the only way that you can like fall
Yeah.
asleep at night, you know?
Yeah.
Like you're like, well fuck, like if I didn't like this that much then this wouldn't even make sense.
Yeah.
It's like what are you gonna do for this long and not make that much money and kind of get your ass kicked a lot and like eat shit and not make money? Like what do you, like you have to have some kind of love for it, you know? That's the
Yeah.
only thing I can like chalk it up to is
Super breaks you down.
Yeah,
but you're
well,
like, I'm gonna keep going.
I'm gonna keep going, yeah.
What else am I gonna do?
So you had Lorraine, which was obviously like me and Tyler coming up playing in that same scene with you guys. Like,
I remember watching you guys at a church.
yep, that was like the
Yeah.
first time I saw you guys
Yeah,
at
yeah.
some church.
That was
yep.
tight.
Yeah, I remember. My dad drove us to the
Your dad was like, what the fuck is
yeah,
this?
I was like 16 years old.
Yeah,
man.
that's
It was
crazy, man.
Wild, man. Playing out of combo amps and stuff.
I super remember that, dude. Like I
Yeah.
remember on MySpace, Mid-Air Crisis.
Yeah, Minor
Yeah, it was just like MySpace.
like
and,
books.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He said like
An
books.
oldie, but an oldie.
Just an old.
Not even a. Yeah, but I definitely remember going to those shows. I think I was with Trevor and you.
I was there for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. That was funny, man. And then that's when we literally started talking.
And your guitar player, Jody.
Yeah, Jody.
Jody.
He's
damn,
still
man.
around. He does
Yeah.
photography and stuff. He's actually doing really well.
Cool dude, man.
That's funny, dude. Old school.
So leading up from that point, what was like the transition like to kind of taking this whole thing from like a local standpoint to kind of going more of like the sign direction and doing like bigger and better things? What was that turning point for you?
Well, after my old band broke up, that's when Redeem Revive kind of got started, and
Mm-hmm.
and like we all agreed that we didn't want to be just like a local band. We wanted to
Right.
like tour and we wanted to do bigger things and then because everyone in Redeem Revive was in a local band previous like mine.
Mm-hmm.
We
So
were
they've
like-
been through that.
They've been through
shit,
that
yeah.
local band grind shit. And so we were like, you know what, like fuck this and like let's actually like do it for real this time. And that's what we did.
Yeah.
And we got our game together and we knew that YouTube was a platform that we really needed to kind of like
Utilize
and
Yeah.
and go forth with, and that's what we did with covers and all that stuff. Like we made ourselves known at local shows that we played. You know, we made sure we stood out from every other band that was on the bill.
Could you dive into that a little more detail? So like, you get this idea because I'm sure a lot of people listening are maybe in local bands or they want to be in a band. So when you have like that mindset of like, okay, no more bullshit. We're not gonna just fucking play down the street and chill.
Yeah.
We want to get to that next point. Like you're saying, you found like, did you have to do research to find out that was the medium you needed, or was it more so like, no matter what we do, it's just got to be quality shit?
Yeah. It was quality,
Yeah.
quality over quantity.
Yeah.
You know, you want to make sure you draw this line, and you never want to go below it. Always keep on going up and going up and going up, and that includes down to your promos. Like you want to
for sure.
You want to make sure you have good quality. You want to make sure you have a good photographer taking your promos. Good videos. Actually, before you even play shows, you shouldn't even be playing a show if you don't have any music out.
Right.
Like playing show.
Super agree. Yeah.
Going to a producer and like paying for quality recordings. Like yeah, it's expensive. It comes down to money. It really does.
Yeah. But you gotta. I mean, we're all capable of getting jobs at this age to be able to like do it right, essentially.
Because you're a product or in a brand. So if you like look like you half-ass it, no one's gonna be like, yo, dude, I want that shit.
Yeah. People won't take you seriously if you don't invest in yourself, and you gotta come out looking the best that you can.
So doing those steps, like you're saying, like getting the promos, doing to a producer, like. So when you're doing like these covers, does anyone in the band record, or would you have to go out to someone every time? Like, was it Errol?
I mean, I think Errol did like one or two, but
That's cool.
no, we have this guy. His name's Jacob Mars, and shout out to Jacob, super dope dude. He is one of our producers and has hands-on on all of our covers.
Nice.
And he's a super talented dude that lives in Texas. Still, I've never met the guy.
Yeah.
We sat, I've talked to him, like, never met the guy.
Someday.
Yeah, someday we will. But, yeah, man, like, you send him a track and it's like, he'll be like, all right, yeah, fuck yeah, man, like, I got this. And like, he'll, like, jam it out and then send you a song and it's like, oh, okay. And then, like, either me or both, but me and Josh will go and we'll do our vocals to it and then like, we'll do a music video and it'll be like hot, like.
I think that's like it's definitely like the new way of doing things.
Yeah.
You don't have to be doing this all the time. As long as you're getting like the quality work.
Right.
Like that's what you need. Because man, it sounds kind of mean saying this, but you can cut out weak links really quick that way. To where like if someone's holding you back or like just maybe someone's not there, they can still be around, but they're just not going to do as much.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't need a whole band to like do an album. Or,
for sure.
Or knock out a single or something. You just take those like key. Like vocalist, guitar, and
like
pretty much producer.
Literally,
pretty much that's it. Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's
with that with technology,
true.
you can program drums. So
If they don't sound bad.
No.
That's like my favorite things. People like with a lot of recordings I do. A lot of people like, are those fake drums?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Like how
everyone has fake drums.
It almost seems
fake.
like
if they're real, they sound real.
Yeah, like a lot of like it's normal for it to be a fake. Like when people are questioning that, it's like, why does it matter, man? Like most people are doing that these days because like it's just time. Like it comes down to time. Like in tracking drums is no like that's a day of in the studio, which is money. Time is money. All that shit.
Expensive too.
So yeah, you want to talk about like studio time? That's.
And like if your drummer's not fucking on the ball,
yeah,
you're burning cash, and you're like fucking this guy, dude. And 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be sample replacing it anyway.
Right.
So it doesn't matter.
Talk a little bit about how so like going into this in the beginning, you said you guys like utilized YouTube a lot. I remember like when you said that, it kind of brought me back to like when I started like seeing your guys' name, and I saw you guys like starting out with a lot of covers and stuff like that. Like shit changes a lot, obviously, with social media, but I remember in that time it was like a lot of bands were kind of trying to jump on that and stuff and like doing covers. I think you guys were like one of the first, obviously, to really like jump on it and like really like be pumping out like good covers and stuff like that, because it was just like it was like a trend almost, you know. It was like a lot of bands were doing it, but I think obviously, like I said, you guys were kind of first. What kind of gave you guys that like inspiration, like YouTube is where we need to be to kind of get our foot in the door and get our name known and shit? Because I remember that was the first time I saw you guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it started out kind of like, basically what happened was the Issues had released a song called King of Amarillo.
Okay.
Their first song.
I think Romeo was in that, wasn't he?
No, that was their diss song, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, that was the first song Issues released as a band.
The diss song.
And I remember, like, we were at practice, and Josh came up to me. He's like, "Yo, like, I really like fuck with this song.
Yeah,
Like, do a cover with me." And I'm like, "Okay, okay, but if we're gonna do this, like, I want to be legit about it. Like, let's go to the studio. Let's do like
do it right.
a video, and like, let's do it." And so we did. We uploaded it, and then like that shit just took off.
Right.
Ran. And I remember like 2 days after releasing it, Aldo was like emailing us like,
That's
"Yo,
crazy.
like let's like get shit going and stuff." So
Yeah.
we realized, oh fuck, like
There's something here.
there's something here, and you know that's when we like
let's keep doing it.
Yeah, YouTube was gonna be part of it.
It's important.
Our future. Yeah.
Which is dope. It's funny because like back in the day, we'd be like playing all these shows. A good way I always put this thing, it's like, all right, you can go online and you can get like hundreds of thousands of views. You can go play a show and get like 10 to 20.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You're better off trying to hit a bigger market.
Yeah, it depends what kind of band you are. You know, if like our band, we're an internet band.
Right.
There's some bands like I don't know, like for like counterparts, for instance. You know, like some like hardcore band like that.
Right.
They're gonna pop off more over like live shows and touring and stuff like that.
People go out for that experience more so, like, because they probably attach like the live show with counterparts or something like that.
And there's nothing wrong with either of them.
No, yeah.
It's just you know, it depends on like your families and stuff. Like,
I think we'll see more of it too. Like, I like the idea that you can go online and you can do a cover, put it on YouTube, and you can get that exposure really quick, and it's dope. Like, I like that. I think we're gonna see a lot more of that.
Yeah.
Because you can you distributed that yourself.
Yeah. Right.
You know, you didn't need like a whole camera crew, a label, and all that. You just did like, fuck it, we're gonna do it right.
Yeah.
Go to the right person and get it out.
And that gives people inspiration too, because like people that have been trying this shit for years and years, and they're like, fuck, like why isn't this working? Or like playing local shows for years, and they're like, why aren't we getting recognition? Like, maybe you're just not trying the right things, you know, like you said with YouTube, it was like you guys saw that there was a market there and you took advantage of it, and like a week later important people were hitting you up. So it's like you need to be utilizing the right kind of platforms to be like to putting your music out, or whatever it is. It could just be like funny videos or something like that as a band. Like, even if you guys, like, if someone's just funny in a band, like, put it on YouTube, and just, like, that could pop you guys off. And it doesn't even matter what the music sounds like. I think that's important these days.
it's all a numbers game, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's the thing. People, they probably saw, like, the numbers, and they're like, well, fuck, this is,
It's
like,
dope.
this is popular. Yeah.
Like, I know I do the same thing. If I see something, I'm going to compare a video and be like,
Yeah.
that one looks like a little doper because the numbers are there.
Right.
Unfortunately, but you're like,
Yeah,
or like, I think we talked about this before. It's like, if I'm gonna go watch a tutorial on how to do something, I'm
That's
gonna watch
true.
the dude with the most fucking views.
Yeah.
Because this guy might be maybe more right, but this
That's
dude
true, man.
still, because like it kind of instills a confidence in the viewer. That you're like, okay, enough people understand
A lot of
their
other
vision.
people.
So yeah, I do the same thing with Spotify. Like, whenever I'm checking out a new song, I go on Spotify. Well, this song has like so and so many plays. So
Might as
I'm
well
gonna
listen to that
listen
one
to this
first.
one first.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's probably all of our, like, instinct is like, oh, most people like this shit. I might as well see what they see in it. That's interesting. That's
Numbers game, because
Yeah.
same shit.
Yeah, numbers game, man. If your numbers are weak, no one's gonna pay attention.
You're
Go
done,
figure
son.
out how to
Yeah,
fix
you're
that.
Yeah, you're done, son. I mean, that is what it is. Like, I feel like we're just gravitating more and more towards, like, like you were talking about, like, you have the internet fan base. Like, eventually we're probably just gonna do, like, VR shows for people, you know, like, where you're in the studio and everyone has their fucking VR on, and nobody's at a show.
Yeah.
You're just watching
You got
people
like
play live.
characters, like those like Xbox guys.
Like the Wii people, you mean?
Yeah, like, no, they got those like avatars, Xbox
Oh, yeah.
avatars. Yeah, everyone's just like, what's like that Black Mirror shit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, dude.
I mean,
There's,
that's
20,000 people.
That's probably down the line. I don't think like VR is that close. Like,
Yeah.
but eventually, you know, that's
a good idea though. Like watching
Yeah.
a show without being there.
That'd be
We're
fun
gonna
today.
we're gonna do it now.
Yeah.
No one heard it here. We're gonna edit this part
Cut
out.
it out.
And next
No,
thing you know,
yeah.
it's like, wow, Loud gets
Yeah.
to do VR shows.
Dude, we gotta start thinking about shit like that. Like, eventually, like I don't know anybody. Like, there's obviously people out there that have like VR headsets and shit. Like, I think Xbox or does PlayStation have one?
Phones,
Or
dude.
something
like that. I don't know.
HTC's got them.
Right.
Fucking Josh, my singer, has one.
Yeah.
And he made me watch that horror shit on it, dude. Like, oh, that shit, it was so fucked. man.
Horror?
Was it?
Yeah.
What happens? You get fucked
It
up.
was you're sitting like in like a living room,
That's fucked
and
up.
then
I
like
like
you
this
see
already.
like some like fucking
Something runs by.
So when you like look around, you're like looking around.
Yeah, you're like looking around the gym and like shit, like there's like fucking bats flying at you. And
That's
shit,
gnarly, dude.
It's like it's wild, bro. Like
I think that's coming, but I don't think it's as soon as like
Oh, I
as
see.
people think.
20 years, dude, for sure.
I think like in that time span is more realistic,
Yeah, we
like
got
10,
fucking-
20, you know.
We got robots, dude. You see that
Yeah.
one robot Saudi Arabia just allowed to be a citizen?
What?
Yeah, like this week, dude. You can pull it up right now. Look it up right now. Saudi Arabia robot citizen, dude. It's fucking nuts. Anyway, we're at that point. That's like
wow, man.
super sci-fi some
Yeah.
shit, dude.
Yeah,
Some AI stuff. Yeah, right there.
that's gnarly.
More rats than women, maybe? That's kind of fucked up. That's actually extra fucked up. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I think we're getting pretty close. I think we take these like fat leaps, you know. So like, there's no reason why music can't do the same thing to where it is like VR.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
I think
we got
that's.
robot musicians, dude. Is that gonna be? I don't know. You could really do that, but like,
I
what
mean,
if there's already actually
a robot can write a song better than you can. I mean, and that's a sad. That's a.
Maybe though. I don't really believe that. Same with like tattooing. They have those robot chefs. Have you seen that shit too? Yeah, they got robot chefs, so you can come home, Google this shit, and they'll fucking make you whatever you want off chefs. Like so, like they'll like record a chef, like a professional chef making it,
Yeah.
and then it goes into like their shit of like what they can cook, and then you just go home and you can click it, and there's like these arms. I swear as fuck. Pull up.
That comes down to
So,
like the human. Like I feel like you'll never be able to take out the human element of it. Like because there's
mistakes,
always
so-
something. Yeah, there's always something that like a human can do that a robot can't. Like which comes into play with creativity. Like I think.
5 years from now, someone's listening to this podcast and we're
Yeah.
taken over by fucking robots.
Yeah.
Like
The
they
robots
saw it
are-
coming. Yeah, the AI got too
Shit's
intelligent.
wild, bro. So you can like record Gordon Ramsay like fucking cooking.
Straight up though, yeah.
God, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucked, and it's literally just like these arms are like they said by 2022 or something.
I'd buy that. Hell yeah, I'd buy that.
Yeah,
Sure,
but I mean,
yeah.
it's probably fucking expensive.
I'm
as
always
shit.
trying to eat, man. Like,
Yeah.
I love food, dude.
I'm
Do you
not
cook at all? Do you
Yeah,
cook?
I don't cook.
Fucking, I love cooking.
Yeah.
That's my shit. I'm gonna
Yeah.
cook for you boys one day.
Yeah.
Like, what's up, dude? Come on
Yeah.
over.
I try to cook. I try to do
Chicken
some
going.
things.
Dude, I love barbecuing is my shit. Definitely like cooking.
I wish I could cook.
Do it, man. Just get the Booze Cruise confidence, and then you can cook anything you want.
Yeah, that's true. I get way more creative for cooking when I'm drunk.
I think-
Like, it makes me. I get like drunk munchies. Obviously, like, probably most people do, but you're just like, fuck, I want to make some shit, and like, but that usually comes down. You gotta have food in your fridge, so it's like.
Sometimes though, because then you can get creative and
Yeah.
substitute. My favorite thing when I do when I'm drunk cooking is I'll just dunk my beer in whatever I'm cooking. And I'm like, that's for sure
And
gonna make it. And then you like see it just kind of sizzle up.
You
You're
don't
like,
really
yeah,
know,
that's
but-
for sure gonna make it doper.
It could be.
And it does sometimes.
Yeah.
Coors Light, maybe not. But like,
But
but
you
everyone
gotta
always
work with what you
eats it.
got.
Yeah, I work with like, dude, I'm not doing chicken legs. See, I'm gonna write like maybe a blog post on being broke on a budget.
Yeah.
Eating good. Yo, dude, chicken legs, like on tour even.
Cheap as fuck.
Fucking cheap as shit. They're like $6 for you to get like a fat thing of them. That's what I was doing for a long time. And what you could do is you can score them so like you cut like the skin and the meat around the end of like the little knuckle on the leg,
Right.
and then you slice it into X, and you can season it and rub the season in. So when it cooks, they do this with like lamb legs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It separates so you have a clean area to grab, and all the meat shrinks, so you just get all the meat, so you don't have to bite around all the bullshit.
That's actually a good idea.
Good tip. I hope everyone listening is gonna go try that now when they're cooking chicken legs. But then you just dump Coors Light on it and it's chill.
That fucking Coors PBR.
I used to do Jameson barbecue.
Wait, hold up. You have a Miata?
No.
Oh my god!
Oh, I mean, I'd be stoked if you did.
Oh,
It's a prank, dude.
Oh my
What
god.
the fuck? I was excited for a second. Like,
Who
Miatas
said
are dope as
that?
fuck.
Who said that shit?
We got Chris
Josh
up in the
Mills,
bit. We got
dude.
JP.
Chris.
We got Matt 760.
God damn it.
We got a lot of people fucking.
The green Miata? You got a green Miata or what's up, dude?
That's tight as hell. Like, I don't know if you're getting shit for that. Like,
You have one, but do you drive it? That's the issue though. Like doing like.
It looks like a Miata though.
It's not.
so
Hey,
fuck
those things
you,
fucking. Yo, they'll smoke Miatas though.
Chris. Bro, that Z3, bro.
That's
Yeah.
I didn't like 6 cup, bro.
Wait. Yeah, I feel like what's the horsepower on that shit? It's gotta be way more than a Miata, dude.
well,
It's under 300.
It's still a lot.
It's like 280. I think.
for a light ass car.
It's a light. I think shit. My car is only like 255.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
My car's
It's
like
a two-seater,
4
right?
times
The
the
Z3?
weight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
two
two
seats and an engine.
Stick shift or what?
Stick shift.
That's what's up,
Yeah,
dude.
you're fine. Fuck it's
Yeah,
Miata game.
It's
dude.
fun.
Yours the fancy Miata.
Dude, that's where it's at. Yeah, literally, it's just the fancy Miata.
Gucci gang.
BMW ripped off the Miata, like straight up. Like that is what it is. Miata was around before it. Like BMW.
The new ones are pretty dope looking now. The new Miatas look pretty sick.
I think they're dope either way.
Yeah.
I'd get an early '90s one with the pop-up headlights.
Oh yeah, dude.
Those are
Slamming on hockey pucks.
Dude,
Go
straight
classy
up.
dip the fuck out of it.
I love like they're cheap as
Nico.
hell and they're fast, like fun little sports cars. Like you can't.
It's pretty much like a go.
Fucking
It's a
guys.
go kart.
I got your back. Don't worry.
With ass.
Let's go back into some shit.
We're talking about cooking and cars. And
Yeah, we
shit.
went off on a little tangent.
Chicken legs are dope though. Try that shit. You'll see. It's fucking nuts.
Straight up. So what's next for you guys? What do you guys have cooking? I know you guys have done some tours a lot recently. As of like from the point of getting signed and what's going forward.
Well, we just put out a cover with featuring the homie Don.
Saw
Mhm.
that. Saw that today.
Yeah.
It was dope.
Yeah,
Came
she
out
was
good.
sick, man. He killed it.
I like
That
that.
fool's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, so we put that out and then just, touring, bro.
Yeah.
We're gonna tour, finish out the year playing shows, and starting the new year, maybe come out with like a fresh single.
Okay.
And then, after that, another album, hopefully.
That's what's
If
up.
all goes well.
You gonna keep the same sound? You think?
No.
No, you're gonna try to change it up.
Yeah.
What do you? If you can give us any hints, what do you think?
I think I've talked to Josh and I think we want to go heavier.
Cool.
Nice.
Most people they want to go softer. And
That's
to
sick. Yeah, fuck it, go
Radio
heavy.
stuff like
Yeah.
I think we want to push the edge and go the opposite way.
Yeah.
Not death metal, nothing crazy, but
Yeah.
like definitely some lower tunings and
That's cool, man.
experiment with that,
I've heard a lot. Obviously, with you guys have like the two vocalist dynamic and stuff, and I've heard some of your guys' stuff. It's with Josh doing. Does he do a lot more of like you guys kind of harmonize with screaming vocals now too,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And I think that's an interesting element because a lot of times it's just the cut and dry, sing, scream, and that's it.
Mhm.
So it's like
you can sing too, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's really cool. I think that's what brings like a different dynamic to you guys is you guys can bring forward like even if you were to go heavier, it wouldn't be like just more focused on you. Like Josh
Yeah.
can also like
You can
contribute
scream,
shit like
you
that.
can throw down.
So that's what's really cool, man. Yeah, it's like you guys can actually you're capable of going in different directions because you're not like pigeonholed by
Yeah.
oh we gotta go softer so it's just Josh. Oh we
Yeah.
gotta go heavier so it's just Aldo. So that's cool, man. I'm stoked to hear your guys' new stuff.
I feel like the good thing is that like there's no one telling us like where we should go, like where we need to go or
That's
anything.
cool.
So like if we say like we do a heavy album, like but if you want to have like 2 or 3 songs in there that aren't heavy that are like radio, like we can do that.
Right.
I like that. I think like a good point you bring up. It's like a lot of bands literally you get a yes or a no. They're like, nah, man, we just nope, gotta do this.
Yeah.
It's like fuck that. That's how I want to be. I want to be like, well, I want to write something. I'm just do whatever the
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah.
Not hear like a yet because that kills creativity. You're
Yeah.
like, well, that's not what I'm feeling right now, but like you're forced to. I think that's a really bad place to be, and I think a lot of unfortunately like we've probably lost a lot of good music to shit like that. You know, like some of our favorite bands or that have just had to give in to something like that. They're like, well, fuck, like the label's pressuring us to do something else, and it's like, and they give in because it's easier. And they're like, well, fuck it, we'll go with what they want because they pay our bills.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I think you don't put out an honest and quality product that way.
Yeah.
Because you have an idea of what you want to sound like, and like, if you change your sound, you're passionate about it, it's gonna work. But I think there's a lot of bands that change their sound unpassionately, and they're just doing some cookie cutter shit, and you're like, you can tell they don't give a fuck about
right.
it.
It's more produced than like actually comes from, because I think you can obviously have more of like, if you want to go poppy or have like a more mainstream sound, I think you can tell the difference between like a band like, oh, these were our roots, like this is what we grew up with. Like I love the Backstreet Boys, like straight up, like I grew up with that
Dude,
shit.
Britney Spears is fucking tight. Not even kidding though.
Like, I'm down
Listen
with
to it. Like, I'm biased. Listen to Britney Spears.
Yeah.
That shit's fucking
It's
really well
awesome.
done.
Dude, actually,
Yeah, it's
it's
super.
funny that you bring that up because I was listening to Baby one more time like
Yeah.
the other day.
Dude, it's so good.
Dude,
though.
that bridge.
That bridge is
fire.
dude,
oh my
straight up.
God,
Yeah,
like, fire, dude.
The people that are writing those songs are making
Yeah.
the big
Like,
bucks.
the progression,
Study
like-
that shit, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
Jesus, man, that shit was.
I work at a
great.
bar, so I hear a lot of karaoke fucking Britney Spears. And I'm like, this is like, I haven't heard this in a while. This is pretty dope. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
there's
down with
nothing wrong with it. It's just people like have like a biased opinion about it.
Yeah.
Because it's Britney Spears. Take that out of the equation, like
Right.
just take the name out.
Mhm.
It's very well done.
Yeah, I think.
Instinct too, like
Yeah,
shit.
back to your point, I think you can just tell when people are like, when they go like in a poppy direction, you're like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, this doesn't fit these guys or something like that. So,
Might as
I
well be a
think-
new band.
yeah, that's cool. You guys get the direction. Like, you guys have all the say in it, because that'll kill the creativity, man. And yeah, you might as well not be a band anymore. Like,
Yeah.
or change the name, like be something else. Like, start something new. So.
Yeah, it's cool that like, because if you're gonna do that route, it's obviously gonna be good now, because you want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that like with when you guys? What was kind of like? I'm obviously getting a sense that it's kind of like free flowing with Stay Sick and stuff like that. What's been like the from pre being signed to now being signed? Like, is there differences? Or I think that's a lot of people like kind of have stigmas about being signed, or they think it's like something grand or something like that. What's kind of your take on that kind of aspect of things?
I mean, I think it depends on like how you go about it.
Yeah.
I know with us, like we've been hands-on mostly,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been good though. Like, I know we're very fortunate to be in the situation that we are, where
Mhm.
we get creativity control and all that stuff. But at the same time, being in the genre of music that we're in, like sometimes like that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there is like how do I say, like if you give those things up, sometimes like people within the industry won't really go in as like push you as hard
Right.
or something like that, because you're not putting out that product that they
wanna
think
hear.
that the people want to hear.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But I mean, it's been okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's been alright, and that's just me just being honest.
Yeah.
And
Looking back, like obviously that's all of us like growing up in the scene and stuff. That's like what you think. You're like, fuck, like we just need to get signed and then we'll be good. You know, like oh, we'll be golden after that. I think that for a lot of people, like especially now with social media being such an outlet for bands, like I've seen articles over the years of bands posting out like, oh shit, this is what I actually make on tour as like a full-time touring musician. And people are like, holy fuck. Like,
Shut
they're
up.
like, wait. They're like, oh, wait.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I think that kind of changes the minds of a lot of people when they're like, holy fuck. Like, they're really it's not like very lucrative if you're going about it in certain ways like that. Like
you're in the shit. Like,
Yeah.
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 Buying a
Honestly,
t-shirt
like,
literally helps.
it's fucked.
Yeah,
it's,
for sure.
it's fucked.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking
And
hard.
but hey, you know, you gotta love what you do.
Exactly.
You gotta love it.
'Cause you'll take those blows, you know, you're like, well, shit, I'm coming back even, but that's dope.
Yeah.
Like, that was cool. Good thing.
Yeah.
And even if you come back a little broke, you're like, man, fuck it, dude, it was tight.
The experience is good, yeah. I mean, I feel like when you see a lot of these bands post about, like, I think you can only do it for the experience for so long before it starts to like wear you down, which I think is the case for a lot of people. Like, because you're like,
you get a couple years,
man. Yeah. Especially when you start getting into like your mid-20s and like there's like pressure from family and weird shit about like you have to start a family or get married or shit like that. There's just like life pressures like that and shit like that everybody goes through regardless of whether or not you're playing music. So I think all that shit's very real. And I think it's just kind of the conversation's changing around, like, you don't necessarily, like, getting signed isn't the goal now with so many different outlets, like you guys said with YouTube. Shit, dude, like, it's crazy just to think about people make their living on YouTube, you know? Like, they don't do anything else besides post videos on YouTube, and that pays their rent, and that pays their bills, and it's like...
They're living pretty chill.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing, like, if you guys would have took a different route and you told everyone to fuck off and kept making covers, like... You know, it could have gone a different way where people, like, YouTube's just paying you money. And you're like, fuck you, label. Like, I don't need you, you know? Like, it's kind of crazy to think about shit like that. But I like it in the long run because I think it gives the artist more control. Yeah. So it's like, we're kind of more in control of the shit that we put out. And it's not like...
Because you don't need to have these...
dictated.
Yeah, you don't need to have these big companies posting your shit, you know? You could be that.
It depends,
which is crazy. Yeah.
I think in certain situations, it's like you could use the platform, like certain record labels have like the distribution that's gonna like push you in the right direction. So I think it just depends still. Like I think we're in a weird middle ground, like of whether like you could get signed and have that good push, or you could go and try to do it on your own and like still have that same.
I think for like a lot of kids that are like doing music and trying to get like that record deal, I think what it leads down to is people think that's going to fix their problems, or they think that's going to be the point where like everything is dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. That's where the work kicks in.
That's when it starts.
Shit's gonna make things worse.
Yeah, it's complicated. Yeah, that's when you're like, I gotta figure this stuff out.
Yeah.
I gotta do these things now. Yeah, it's not just like, oh, labels got me, bro.
Yeah.
Post Malone.
Fuck. Unless
we should jump.
Unless you're,
we'll jump
unless you're,
Oh yeah, that's actually pretty fucking. You were hanging out with Post Malone. Might as well bring it up.
Yeah, bring it up. You had a dope story with Post Malone.
Yeah, dude. So, like taking back before that, we were on tour, and we played Seattle, and the the homies from Rest Repose were there, and the drummer for that band happens to be Jared Dines.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I've heard that before.
Him and
He's
Pose,
the drummer?
He's the drummer for that
Holy
band.
shit, I thought he was on guitar for some reason.
No, well, he plays like everything, but he plays drums in that band.
So no Ryan?
Yeah. So, him and Post, I guess, are homies. I don't know how they met, whatever.
Well, he's a YouTuber, that's how he has
his.
Okay, for sure.
And then they were on tour. They invited us to play a show in Orange County.
Mm-hmm.
And it just so happened that they were playing LA like the day before. So we're like, dude, like the top on some like Southern California shows. Like we don't really play like LA that often. So let's do it. And we had just released the congratulations cover.
Nice, yeah.
So we're like, yeah, fuck it, like we'll play it and stuff. And it just so happens that Post Malone shows rolls up to the show.
So he heard it or what?
And he didn't hear it because like unfortunately like we opened.
Okay.
But he got there obviously just to see his homeboy.
Yeah.
And but like at the bar, like we talked about it. Like, you know, we were like, I got to meet him. I got to meet him, and he's like, I was like, yo, like we like, I don't know if you know, but like
we just covered
we covered. He's like, yeah, I heard it, man. Shit's fire, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
seems like the
fire, bro.
Yeah.
It was like,
it's fire,
oh
son.
my god. Like, what the fuck?
Some post.
Yeah, I was like, bro, I'm like starstruck as fuck. Man.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh man, that shit's sick. And then like, I was like agreeing with everything he said, and then I was telling him like, yeah, man, we've gone like 50-50. Like half of the people like fuck with it, half hate it.
Right.
And he's like, well, this is just a shitty song to begin with. Yeah, wait, no, what the fuck? Like, no. Yeah, and then like, you know,
that's funny.
I was like, dude, like, let me buy you a drink, bro. Like, please, like, I gotta buy you. Like, what are you drinking, bro? Like, I got you.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's cool. We walk up to the bar and he's like, yo, can I get like 8 like something with like whiskey and like, bro, put it on the tab, man. I got a tab open. He's like, no, it's cool. And then he's like, hey, but like, what you drinking? And I was like, oh, I'm drinking this like IPA. He's like, come on, man, like, throw it in there, you know? Like, oh, dude, like, I'm not gonna say no to Post Malone.
Yeah, exactly.
Some drink, you know, like.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then he went to his VIP. He got the whole like bottle service VIP table and stuff. And you know, we talked for a little bit.
That's cool, man. That's a good experience.
Yeah, fucking dope ass.
Keep the hang out. Yeah, he seems like a chill dude. Like,
chill dude.
That dude drink. He sponsored a Bud Light.
Yeah, bro. Like,
he's got a Bud Light like refrigerator in his house.
They just come stock
I'm
up.
like, fuck. I'm trying to hang out with Post Malone just for that.
Yeah. He's sick, man. He's
That's cool,
tight.
man. I feel like there's
That's
not
awesome.
a lot of people in that position that like that kind of kept their humbleness. I think he's got his ear to the ground on hardcore music too, which is sick.
This
like,
is like sworn in.
he stays to it. There's like that's dope, man.
Like we played shows with like some like bands that were like aren't even that big and they
Right.
got their head up their ass.
Oh,
motherfucker,
dude.
And like like someone like Post Malone that takes the time to like talk to you and like you know to like
That's a winner right there.
difference,
You know,
yeah,
like,
bro,
you can be at a level where you're like it's like with you, man. Like you could been like, oh, I got signed. Like fuck all you motherfuckers, fuck all you local bands. You know, it's like
How long's that last though?
how long does that last until
yeah.
like you? It depends on the way you go about it because like I feel like with a guy like Post Malone, like he's playing for life. You know, it's like he's not gonna be Post Malone forever. Like you got to think about that. You know, like he's only gonna put out rap music for so long, and like you're gonna have your, you know, your time to shine. Essentially, everyone does. So it's like you want to be remembered as like a dude that was dope, or do you want to be remembered as like a dude that was kind of an asshole but put out good music? So that's the way I try to think about it.
Yeah, I think long game because I know what you're talking about. Where you just go and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You got like a local band coming up to you telling you how to run shit. You're like, what?
Yeah, you
what
got
do
this
you
like
mean?
C-class Warped Tour band. And then you just happen to open, you know, because you're trying to get on like a different show or something, and it's
And
just
they
like
just-
they're
they're
act
cool
like
and
they're
They
not
rock.
shit.
Yeah, they rock star you. You're
They're like some
what?
band that you're touring with because like you're the
You just
know,
can't do
someone
that,
told
man.
you that you have to, and it's like
Nah.
fuck, like,
Be fucking cool. That's like always rule number
Yeah.
one in life. I think just in general.
just as a
If
person.
you're fucking cool and like you're not up your own ass, life will be great.
yeah.
You can do things.
Just like be home, sit down, be home.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because like, man, we're all humans. We're all
Yeah.
on a different journey. No one's
Yeah.
better. I think that's the biggest deal, Leo.
Yeah, man.
Walk us through. So like when you get down like the sitting down to write, what do you usually like to do and like how do you do it? Like so when you're doing your own like creative process.
Like my own like.
Like what do you like to do? Listen to the song a lot and write it down.
I
things?
honestly I find myself like just getting like, for lack of a better word, super turned. And because that's when like that shit keeps flowing, you know, that shit like
I super agree with you. In
it
that
like
sense.
it like helps,
Yeah.
you know. You got to get into like a different state of mind
Where you're relaxed.
where you're not overthinking everything.
Yeah.
And like I personally I like to write when I'm just like gone. I'm not here, you know.
Oh, so you get like super
Super not like super trash, but like I like to write when I'm like on a good one, you know, and like
That's
thinking about like a bunch of stuff, like my personal stuff, and like
Cool.
that's when I like to write best. And
Lets it out easier, probably.
yeah, and then just like ideas flow better and stuff. And then like the next day when you're like, okay, like that sounds like shit, I hate that, but I like this, you know. And then you go off, like what?
Do the same thing,
Yeah.
man. I gotta drink so what I do is I'll get an idea going, drink a couple brews, and then keep writing, and then like at the end of the night maybe I'm a little saucy. Go to sleep. Wake up and be like, alright, that's maybe not that sick. Drink a coffee, fix all the parts that I think are tight,
Yeah.
and then like be on my grind from there. But yeah, I always have to start like a little mellowed out where I'm not mad or I'm just like neutral. I'm just like, and then I can like chill into it.
Gotta be there's own,
You
yeah.
have to, man.
Yeah, that's cool, man. We kind of like the.
Same thing, yeah.
That's,
Yeah,
I feel
like
the same.
super turn.
It definitely helps it go easier and like you don't have to think about shit as much. Like I think that's what stopped. Like that used to stop me dead in my tracks. Dude, I'd be like, is this part too fucking metal?
Yeah.
Or is this part too much this? And I'll be like sitting there like with my guitar in my hand, be like, and then I'd
Yeah.
freeze and I'd keep like, this is not where I'm going with it, and then I have to go walk away. That's cool, man. I like that process. Definitely
That's
helped.
the best one, dude.
Yeah. So like you don't. So do you pre-pro at all, or you just go straight to the studio?
Yeah, we pre-pro.
So it's like not in-house though. You have to. Do you go to someone?
Well, it depends. Honestly, it depends on the situation. I know with the album, like we did pre-pro. We pre-proed a couple songs, like the main ones that were gonna be singles. And then towards the rest of the album, like we just like were under like a lot of time, like time and stuff, and like there wasn't enough time, so like we just we took our homework home and like we did what we could, and like I would send like voice memos to Josh and to everyone in the band and stuff, and like that was our pre-pro, and then we just like we went in and like tracked it officially.
Cool.
Dude, that's when you have to get super comfortable with someone, when you're like screaming at your phone and then you like send it to another person. You're like, hey man, what do you think of this?
Dude,
and they play it and they're like, that's screaming through my phone.
They have to have like the same. And it's not even screaming. It's like.
Right.
Yeah, like
screaming. Yeah.
Dude, they're like, yeah, that sounds sick.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah, we have the same wavelength, dude.
But they have to see like the vision.
Yeah. If you don't have that connection with someone, and I think that's like even because I come from the band that we played in. Obviously, I sang and we had a vocals that did like more of the full time like screaming vocals. You have to be able to connect with them on that level. It's like if you don't have that connection, it's like it's gonna be like an awkward experience, especially like coming through with like recording. It's just like you're not gonna click, so you gotta have that freedom. So how does that work with you guys with being two vocalists? Do you guys both kind of like split it 50-50, or how do you approach a song like when you guys go into it, or especially a cover too? Like how do you guys think about splitting it up?
We just whatever for the song. Fits
Yeah.
the song best.
Yeah.
Like if there's a song that just it would sound better with all singing, then go at it.
Go for it. Yeah.
You knock it out of the park.
Right.
If there's a part that I can do, that I can sing, well then I'll go in and do it.
Right.
But it honestly like what the song needs.
Yeah.
That's how we'll go about it.
That's cool, man. Yeah. It's more of just like a feeling, not like you don't go into it with like egos. Like
there's no ego.
That's what's cool, man.
There's no nothing.
What about, so you guys have all kind of stuck together the whole time with being in Redeem Revive. It's always obviously been you and Josh, like, forefront in the band, but has it been the same members the whole time? You guys have all stuck together?
No.
No, you've gone through,
hell
yeah,
we've gone through
different, like, instrumentals and stuff?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, because you were mentioning a new drummer and stuff like that.
Yeah, we got our new drummer, Zach, super, shout out to Zach.
Shout out.
Yeah, super fucking talented, man.
That's what's up, man. What's coming up next for you guys? Are you guys have, obviously you said maybe tours coming up?
Yeah, we got like this like run in the works right now.
Mm-hmm.
But just touring and finishing out the year and starting out the new year, hopefully with like some new music. And yeah, I mean, just keep on doing what we've been doing.
Do you guys have covers on the horizon or nothing in the works yet?
We released this recent cover on Halloween. But then we got some new stuff that we've been new covers, hopefully.
Right.
Yeah. But
was Josh on the cover with Dawn, or was that just?
He wasn't. No,
he wasn't, right?
He wasn't,
it was just it was a you and Dawn collab more so. That's kind of cool that you guys can go through and do that, because I watched all of like the Instagram videos and stuff, and I was like, I didn't see any part where Josh came through, and I was like, but I still feel like it made sense because it was just like. Because it was Redeem Revive featuring Dawn Vetta, correct?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, it's like I feel like that's cool that you guys can like step out of that and like
someone can come in and just
someone can come in and do that collab. You're not like I said before, like pigeonholed to one thing. Yeah, so that's cool.
Where did you guys film that up north County?
In Oceanside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now why we're not kicking it?
I know, we're so close together.
Yeah. I like that a lot though. No, it's cool. Yeah, I watched that video. It came out great. It was Nick Chandler Approaches guy, right?
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
Pablo?
Yeah, I'm like really.
I had no idea who he was until I was like,
really?
You look so familiar.
Right.
He was like, I'm in Chandler. I never talk. I'm really quiet. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I didn't know he did video stuff until like the last 2 weeks, and he's like good though.
He's good.
Yeah,
he's
I'm
been
like
building his shit up for sure.
He's just really sneaky about it.
He's just a quiet dude.
Yeah, that's good though.
He's
just
out with fire shit.
Yeah, his shit just speaks for itself.
That's cool.
I like that a lot. Don Shredder. Oh, Aaron.
Aaron said, "Come get your hardware, dude."
Oh shit!
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Fuck. Yo, Aaron. I still got your snare.
He called you Aldo Shade.
I've been using it.
He called you Aldo Shade, bro.
Say the real thing.
We're not PC. We don't care. I'm not gonna say it.
I'll just go and edit a bleep in there.
Yeah, all those shit.
No, I don't even do that.
Yeah.
That's funny. He just wants his gear back. Got your gear.
Got your gear, bro?
Dude, yeah. That's what, dude, we go through. We're like super like whores about drummers, man. Like,
Yeah.
we fuck around with Aaron. We fuck around with Zach. We fuck around with Matt drums.
Everyone's coming.
Like, everyone, you want to play drums in your band? Hit me up. Bro. Like,
You got 4 drummers.
Yeah,
Next
bro.
thing you know, you're back there. It's
But
Ray
yeah,
style.
but you know what? Like, every drummer that like has played with us has been like one of the best fucking drummers like
Yeah.
in Southern California.
Dude,
And I make sure of that. Cause,
You
like,
just don't want to keep them or what?
No, it just happened. It's just that's just how it happens, you know.
Yeah.
Like, we had some drummers before, and then just weren't like about the commitment and like
That's the hardest part.
Dude, yeah.
getting people to commit is hard. So we just like, I know, like it just scheduling and stuff. It doesn't fit.
Dude, we had a drummer
Sometimes.
leave mid-tour on us.
Yeah. Holy shit.
We
that's
played like
good
a couple
point.
shows and we like hit Arizona and then he made the decision he couldn't tour anymore.
Yeah.
It's not cut out for
Like,
it.
damn, bro.
We had to fly fucking Derek out.
We're like, damn, dude, we're like halfway through this
Yeah,
tour.
we're like,
man.
well, we're still on tour, so like...
Yeah. Hey, man. So,
yeah, we got shows in like 2 days.
yeah, luckily we had 2 off days, like which like that like landed on the date like where we had those 2 days to get off. It was like I don't know that
listen to
brings
the backtracks like live.
yeah. That brings to like a bigger point where I feel like nobody drums anymore or something. Like
It's
no one wants to.
It's way hard to find, or like you're saying, someone to commit that like
Yeah.
does drums, but like maybe they have like a real gig.
Yeah. They're
Real
trying to
gig
keep their
meaning
real
like
job.
I work at like a full-time job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, because like, in San Diego everything's so close, it's hard to go practice drums if you don't have your own spot. Like you can't be an apartment guy, on a fucking drum kit, you know?
Yeah.
That's true. You gotta have
So-
a practice space or something.
It's very slim pickings. That's why you get like a lot of drummers in like a lot of different bands.
That's true.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
it a lot. You know, like dudes are like filming in or doing other things. It's hard being in a band, man.
It's hard, man.
It's fucking
Lot of-
difficult.
A lot of money, a lot of time. A lot
Yeah.
of,
And like your
Alright,
satisfaction
shit.
level is down here a lot of the time. But then when you hit those peaks, you're like, alright, fuck yeah,
That's
that was
what-
tight.
that's what makes it worth
You're
it,
like,
yeah.
we did it. We hit the goal. It
Yeah.
feels good.
Yeah. Like that's when I think back to like the times when our band was touring. It was like, fuck, man. Like there's a lot of down times when you're just like, dude, like, do I even want to do this anymore? It's
Yeah.
like, and it sucks because eventually like you might like that feeling might get the best of you, but like you have those highs like Tyler was saying, like when you're on tour and like maybe you meet a fan or something like that, or the show that night was just really good. It's like, fuck, like this is what makes it all worth it.
My favorite time, hands down my favorite time, I hope the kid that bought this guitar is listening,
Yeah.
was we played a show. Man, I was like super bummed on the show too. I don't know why.
Where was it?
It was close to it was Walnut Creek. No, it was before that one. Where the fuck was that one? We were at some dive bar. Remember the bar that had like all the guitars on the wall, on the ceiling and shit. You remember that?
Fuck no.
We played at midnight. We had a headline at midnight.
I don't remember that.
Man, this was like, so it's a little more Northern California. But this kid stayed the whole time. He liked our band, and he like just asked me guitar questions the whole time. And I was like, this kid really cares that much? That's
Yeah.
fucking, no, but I mean like in a cool way. I was like,
Yeah.
that's fucking tight. So I literally ran him through all my rig. I was like, this is what I use. This is what I like using. I gave him a couple picks. And I was like, dude, this is bad. Like he stayed. He made his mom wait because we played late. So like he like watched us the whole time.
Yeah.
I got him like he helped me move my gear off stage.
That's sick. I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was it was a dive bar. It was cool though. Oh, it was when we opened up the door, the beer cans fell out, and the dude made us pick up all the beer cans. Do you remember that?
I think there's there's
Too
a
many
reason I
times.
don't remember that.
I knew it. It was like an older guy who was picking up around the park, like around the. Man, it was in Northern
It's,
California.
I think
Sacramento.
Like I know what you're talking about. Like I know the area. I just can't think of it. Is it? Fuck, I can't.
But like that's what made it for me. It was this kid stayed, listened to me. He was like, "Dude, your tone's so fucking sick. How do I fucking?" They're like, "We're just growing out though," and I was like, "This is like that's cool, man."
That's
he
those are
didn't.
the times.
He just came to figure out like what was going on. Ended up, I sold my guitar. That guitar I played on tour. Ended up selling it on. I just made a post on Facebook and like it was on eBay and stuff. And he bought it. and he
Really?
still uses it.
Shit.
That's super.
He
funny.
still uses. I was like, because I customized that guitar. Like
Yeah.
I put my pickups in it, and then like I set it up, and like I gave him a bunch of free shit. I'm like, dude, that's fucking dope. Like,
Yeah, dude.
that's what makes me stoked on it.
How much?
So, you had
How
those
long
rules.
apart was that? Like from when you sold your guitar? That was like
About a
wasn't it
year.
years? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a year or
That's
two. And like, yeah, but the kids still like the band,
That's cool.
and yeah, he's cool. I wish it's. I got him so. He's on my friends list still.
Yeah.
Super dope. Probably that means the most to me.
Right.
Because when you're like,
Yeah, it's those times that like that makes it all worth it.
because you're sleeping in a fucking van, and it's like
Yeah.
I'm broke as shit, I'm
Yeah.
cold as fuck,
You can talk about.
I smell
Yeah.
terrible, and like this kid's like, yeah, fuck yeah, and you're like, all right, cool, that's kind of cool then. It's still kind of cool then,
Yeah,
yeah.
I guess what I'm doing actually does kind of matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to be able to hit that point where like kids are at least inspired.
Yeah, that's what makes a difference. So like, it comes down to like satisfaction or what's the other word for it? Like fulfillment is
Yeah.
really the word. It's like if you're not fulfilled at the end of the day with what you're doing, it's like, and that's like what we're talking about. Like to sum it all up is like you're gonna eat a lot of shit being a musician. Like
Yeah.
and even back in the
truly,
local
yeah.
days, it's like when you played like that local show that was dope or something like that. Like say you got to play some on the main stage and it was packed out or something. You're like, fuck, this makes it all worth it. I think times like that was like when being in a band, like you're gonna eat shit like 90% of the time, but that 10% is like what makes it all worth it. So
You gotta have that love for
yeah.
sure.
But I mean, no matter what, that applies to whatever you're doing. Like because people that work like jobs, like you're eating shit 100% of the time. It's just like fuck it. Like,
It's not
this
even
sucks
what I
all the
wanted to,
time.
yeah.
I never get enjoyment out of this.
But
So.
then your paychecks to go to like partying and shit, so you
Yeah.
can get out of that mindset of like, oh, this fucking sucks all the time.
Yeah. So it's at least if you're doing like, at least you have some of that satisfaction, and you could actually think forward. Where you're like, oh, well, one day this might be able to change if I keep this going enough. Like this can get big enough to where this is my actual job. That's the way I try to think about it. Like
Same.
if I'm doing something that I like for long enough, it could eventually become my actual job to where I don't have to have like this second job or, shit like that. So.
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes down to it's like, and then inspiring enough people to keep it alive too,
Yeah.
to where you're not just like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
Well, my man, it's good having you on. Anything you want to close out with?
Somebody's Watching Me cover featuring Don Vetta is out now. Go
Fuck
check
yeah.
it out on our YouTube. That's youtube.com/RedeemRevive.
Oh yeah.
Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Redeem Revive, everything. Our new album is out on iTunes right now.
When
Pick
did that
it
drop,
up.
by the way?
What?
When did that drop, by
March
the way?
3rd.
March 3rd?
Yeah.
Very nice.
So
It's super dope.
Thanks,
Definitely
man.
pick it up. I definitely like it.
Yeah. Go pick it up, listen to it, download it, whatever. Just listen to it. And then
However
we'll be
you
coming
get it.
out with new shit very soon.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, well,
Cool.
thanks for being on, my guy.
Yeah,
It's been a blast.
thanks for having me.